Oh, this is almost it. This is almost the last. This is the Seabrook Collection Part 3. I don't know if this is going to be it or not. If it's longer than 20 minutes, then it won't be it. We'll have one more. If it is longer than 20 minutes, or if it's not longer than 20 minutes, oh, it's going to be the end of it. It'll be the last one. So I'm going to ask you guys now, ahead of time, not only to like and subscribe and share this video so that more people can see how amazingly awesome Craig Seabrook is, and to see some of the other videos that I have coming up. I've got a couple of things planned that are going to be pretty cool. I actually recently met somebody else that has a pretty sweet new Aston Martin Vantage that I'm super excited about. I actually, if you guys check my Instagram, you will see a photo of his Aston Martin on my Instagram that I took, was that about a week and a half ago maybe? So I'm really excited to get to work with Andrew on that, and I think that's gonna be super cool. Like, I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to do a video. I wanna see, like, kind of like what I did with Craig, you know, I wanna see how he got into cars, you know, what drives his passion, what cars he has, what cars he's owned, all that kinds of stuff, you know. And of course we're gonna have to ask the standard question that you ask to everybody that owns a supercar: what does he do for a living? Right? Isn't that like, that's something I should ask, I think, right? Yeah, of course. You know what else is really cool? When you get a response, like when you message or you post on a bigger creator's account and they respond to you, but it's what they responded to that matters the most. You know what I mean? Like, I put on, and this is actually true, that on Heavy D's, on one of Heavy D's videos, I put on there that they said, you know, put on there in the comments what you were voted most likely in high school. I was least likely to talk. I was voted least likely to succeed. But here's the thing with that, and I've failed. I'm almost 42 and I've failed a lot. I've tried to start businesses. I've tried to do all kinds of stuff and I've failed. But I'm not gonna stop. One thing that's gotten better over time is my persistence. All it does is makes me more persistent. It makes me know that I'm gonna do it. It just pushes me. Yeah, I get it, I'm gonna fail. I mean, if you look at every business owner out there, the success that they have is minute. Like, that's just one single success out of so much failure. It's insane. I mean, if you looked at their careers and looked at all the stuff that they've done, you'd be like, man, that guy's a complete failure. And then realize that, oh, he's a billionaire because he finally had a success. But like, that's how it works, and I know that's how it works. And so every failure that I have is just something else to drive me further forward, and it's fun. I mean, I'm not saying that I enjoy failing, but I enjoy the learning process. I enjoy trying to find the silver cloud in everything. You know what I mean? Like, I try to find what good came of every situation. Everybody that knows me personally knows that. Like, they all know that. I always look for the positive side to every situation, and I think that's important. I think everybody should be doing that, and that's why you see at the end of my videos, I give the little shucka and I say, you know, stay positive and be kind. Like, those are two important things. You know, if you stay positive and you be kind, like, those two things will help your life immensely. I mean, just being kind to other people and staying positive. Staying positive is big. It's big. I have failed a lot and I've stayed positive, and I'm still staying positive. I have, like, what, 20 subscribers, and for all of you 20 subscribers, thank you guys. Thank you so much for believing in me. I actually can't believe I have even 20 subscribers. I think that's amazing. So you guys are the real rock stars. I appreciate you so much. For those of you that watch these videos, those of you that like these videos, you guys are amazing. I cannot say how much I appreciate you guys. Like, that's the coolest thing ever. So anyway, enough of my ADD rambling. What I wanted to say was, if you guys know anybody with some really cool cars, or even a car collection, unique cars, anything like that, somebody that has a deep passion in cars, you know their father was into them and they're into them, and they just built this wicked car, or they have this really cool car, get a hold of me. You can send me an email at pagati79@gmail.com, or you can get a hold of me on Instagram Either one of those are great resources to get a hold of me. You know, get their information to me so that I can get a hold of them. I would love to do a video on them. And that's what I'm looking for. But you know, they do have to be people in the Cleveland area, the Cleveland, Ohio area. For right now, that we'll be branching out at some point. I will be going much further and doing some much larger collections and some far more unique cars. But for right now, I'm kind of sticking around the Cleveland, Ohio area. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get into this video so that it's not over 20 minutes. And I hope you guys enjoy. We are actually going to be seeing today, we're going to be seeing the car that started it all for Craig. The first car he ever bought with his own money. He still owns it, first of all, which I think is incredible. And it's an MG. Who knew, right? He's been an MG coach builder for how many years? So I think that's gonna be, like, when I saw that car, it's so weird when you see something like that. Like, it's like you almost hit this time warp. You know, it's just something like, God, I don't know how to explain it. It was, everything got put together in my head, you know, and it just like, I just saw like his entire life develop in front of me right when I looked at that car, and everything came together right there. So that was super cool. So anyway, yeah, so you guys see all the sun. Like, I've been walking Ruger a lot lately in the sun. Oh, I'm all red. Look at that. Oh my gosh, y'all. You can see the Native American coming out of me. Like, I'm getting, ooh, wait until midsummer. You'll really see it. Yeah, so anyway guys, this is part 3 of the Seabrook collection. I hope you enjoy. Like I said, if this is going to be longer than 20 minutes, it's going to be another video. And I got a feeling it's going to be longer than 20 minutes because I'm already like 8 minutes into this intro, which is going to be cut up a little bit. So this intro is probably going to be like 6-ish minutes. And then I'll see you guys after, right? So, hey, enjoy.
What did you say or something?
How the heck did you get cars in the basement?
Okay, so basically, okay, the basement's over there and the garage is here. They're on the same level because I built the house on a hill. So you drive up here and there's a garage door over here. You take the cars out and you take that post out and you drive in the basement.
Oh, you have to take the post out.
Well, it's just, it just comes out easily. Right, here's another grade lead. It's got a snowblower on it.
Oh yeah.
And this is what I used to do our driveway.
Wow. And when was this built?
Okay, this is a 53 tractor. A little later. This is in the 50s tractor.
Okay.
The same idea. It looks about the same. Here's the handlebars. Away you go.
So not only does he collect them, he still uses it.
I use really this neat. One, correct. Yeah, it's got a big. It's got the big auger. That wouldn't mean safety standards anymore, guaranteed.
No, it wouldn't.
They call these things dog eaters.
I see why.
So here's another Vanagon. This is an 86 Vanagon that from California.
This is closer to what my dad had.
Yes, correct. And this is just, it's not a camper again. It's just a, I'll get some more lights on here for you. It's just a Vanagon, but I had a chance to buy it. And it's from California. It's all original too. And it never got screwed up. Right now the gear shift lever doesn't work right. That's why I got it jacked up. It can't shift the gears.
That's same color, everything that my dad had.
Yeah, it's called Wolverine Gray. You can open the door. Wolverine Gray. And this never got screwed up. But it's just 2 years older than the blue one, the two-tone blue. This is all one color. They kind of got rid of the nice two tones and they went to these blah pastels, I call them. They lost some of the pizzazz. That two-tone blue looks so good. And I've got the middle seat. And this is what I generally would use. I drove this as my everyday car in the spring, summer, and fall. Of course, I didn't drive this in the winter either. The one I drive in the winter was the Eurovan, and it looks like it. And this one's got air conditioning in it, which doesn't work. It's power steering, which does work. And it's got a rear windshield washer, which does work. But it's the same basically the same dash, but not quite. It's got about 170,000 miles on it.
Yeah, that's really neat, man. I haven't seen one of these since my dad had his.
Yeah, and his was about an 86 too, or there that era.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks almost identical. I mean, it's
Yeah.
same color, same interior.
Yeah. So I'll be driving this when I get the gear shift lever fixed.
That's too
I'll
cool.
be driving it, and the blue one a little bit. But yeah, California, original chrome bumpers, original paint. The license plate indicates, all my plates indicate what year they are.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Nobody screwed it up, fortunately. Engines on the rear, same deal. And, you know, it's like a
Mhm,
pickup
yep.
truck. And this seat folds down, and you got a lot to carry. You get a box.
Yeah.
That's the idea. You know, like these caravans, are like jelly beans. You don't need a jelly bean to carry stuff. You need a box. Simple as that. Oh, VW, this is the best van they had. The Vanagon. I mean, that's accessible. Yeah, that's it. And then of course here, you want to check your oil and antifreeze. You go right here. Your dad does this. You add oil here, antifreeze is here, and here's the dipstick. So if you had luggage in the back, you didn't have to take it out. With the door. Yeah, it's up there. Well, anyways, there that is. Okay, now the good stuff. Tiguan. It's the 2015 Tiguan, which
Those
she
are nice.
drives. Yeah, they're nice. They're nice cars. Of course, they're just an SUV. There are millions of them.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
they're not really meant for fun driving either.
yep. Okay, so you're in the basement. Because then we live upstairs. You got a vestibule, and you walk in the
It's
basement.
pretty nice for a basement.
Well, yeah, I built the place. The light down here is so-so. Okay, well here's the garage door.
Oh yeah, that's from the other side.
Yeah, you drive in and you move this stuff. It's all on casters, and then I'll get more lights on. Then here are more cars and
Oh,
more
boy.
stuff.
You guys see that in there? Look at this. We're actually standing right next to an
My
MG.
MG. This is a 1946 MG TC that I bought in 1965. It's my first car. I still have my first car.
That is so cool. This is the first car you've ever gotten, right?
My first car that I bought, yes. This is my first car, and I still have my first car.
Wow.
And not many people can claim that. Can you?
No.
Well, this is what we built the bodies for. We'll uncover this to some degree. Now this car, I had it repainted when I got it. And I did a few things to it, and I never really restored it. I never really took it apart. It's got the original body on it still. And it certainly needs a new body, but I'm not going to make a new body. It's just not that bad. And the checkerboard grill isn't right. I did that. And the paint color's wrong. You got 2 shades of green even.
Wrong for who?
Well, for the car. They never had this British racing green on these cars.
If it's right for you.
Well, it was back then. So I'm leaving it. But that's the car. You
British
see the
racing
door.
green.
See the door? Like I showed you downstairs?
Yep.
There's the door, and the body's there, and all wood inside. Rear fenders. And
That's just so cool.
19-inch wire wheels. And, oh, I thought these were out of sight. I had to have one.
That's amazing.
And I bought one.
That is amazing.
Well, I bought one in 1965. I was in college down at Miami University. Bought it for $1,600, and I got it down in Dayton, Ohio. Had it, and he was in he was at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and he was going to be shipped off to Vietnam in '65. And so he knew he was in trouble, and so he was just an Air Force pilot in '65, and he was going to Vietnam. So he wanted to sell the car anyways, so I ended up buying it.
Wow.
So yeah, these are just little
Jeez.
$1,600. And there's original engine on it, original carburetors, air cleaner, all original. Some of the wood, like we saw, there's some of the wood of it. I showed you downstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Those wood pieces. There's some of the wood. And the car was just bolted together. Comes apart easily.
That's just cool.
You can take this car apart in 2 days.
Wow.
And it takes you 10 years to put it together. So there's my MG2. This got me into all this. It's drivable. I can move some stuff and drive it. It's a drivable car.
Wow.
So moving on.
That's fantastic.
Now, okay, more buses. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a 1972 second generation. This is the second generation bus. First generation of the old microbuses. This is second generation. Third of the Vanagons, and fourth of the Eurovans, the red one. So I have all 4 generations. And VW is coming out with the 5th generation called the Buzz. You heard about this?
I have not.
It's electric.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, maybe I did read about that.
It looks like the first generation, sort of. And they call it the Buzz.
I tend to stay away from anything electric. It's
What's coming?
yeah.
It is. I mean, so the Buzz is going to be next. I love that name.
That is cool.
And I'm sure VW coined it or registered it or something.
Yeah,
But-
it's amazing how long they take to come up with a name. They have teams of people working
Yes.
on these names.
The Buzz.
Yeah.
Great name. Well, anyways, hopefully it's supposed to be out in a couple of years, but they've said that for years. But, you know, like the Tesla's out there. You see Teslas all the time now.
Yeah.
And I know Jaguar's got a all-electric car, SUV, that's available. Other companies will have them. Well, there's the Volt, Chevrolet Volt. They're still making that thing.
Yeah, I think I don't know if they're stopping. I think they're going to be stopping that one pretty soon.
And then Lordstown's turning into an all-electric van.
Yes, it is. It's a pickup truck.
Pickup truck, which is great.
Lordstown Motors.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's the phone. That answering machine will take it. So here's a 1972 bus with 72 plates on it. And my father-in-law, he was a professor at Miami University, and these are MU plates.
Oh.
And he collected them, and so I got a box of them, and I put a 72 plate, original plate on my 72 bus. And this is all original.
Wow.
It's original paint on this, original everything.
That paint is just perfect. Let's get some white light here.
Yeah, it's a 72.
Get some white light. Look at that paint.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I rubbed it out. The rear bumpers, I put a new rear bumper on it because the bumper was screwed up.
Pull this back a little. There we go.
And here, look, here's the same little plug. It's that identical plug is on the pickup truck.
Yep.
And it's called Niagara Blue and Pastel White are the colors. 1972, second generation. And what's really unique is the 9-passenger vehicle. Most of these were 7 passengers.
Yeah.
And this is 9.
Huh.
And I'll show you, and we'll open the door up here. I store stuff in it. And it's got 3 people sit up here, 3 people there, and 3 in the back. And so most of them had a walk-through. This was split. You could walk through the front, and this seat wasn't here. To get to the back, you just flip forward, and you get in the back seat. That's slick.
That is so cool.
You recognize that?
I do. Yeah.
That's stored up here right
So they even gave you a handle to get in and out.
in the front. You have two passengers, and then the driver is over there. 9 passengers, very, very rare. They made very few of these. And about 40,000 miles on this. And I bought it, kind of detailed it up. It's drivable. I've had it taken to some shows occasionally. This really looks period. But original, nobody screwed this one up either.
That is just neat.
Really nice. Really nice. Little
That's
trim
so
on it,
cool.
you know, and not overdone. Niagara Blue. Clunk.
Wow.
Next.
So that was super cool, super fun. As you see at the end, you got a little teaser there of the 23 window bus that Craig has. That thing is awesome. Like the interior on that is super cool. I love the way the dash is designed and everything. That was awesome. Like I loved seeing that. First of all, that is incredibly rare. It's stupid valuable. I would bet that, you know, there is one part that needs repainted because there was a little, you know, rust where the battery goes, and they had to replace the panel. But I would bet that thing's north of 200 grand. It's gotta be. You know, Craig thought 100,000, but I would bet that it's well over $200,000 for that 23 window bus. It's also got like the biggest sunroof in the world. Like, it's probably not actually, but it's got this like, it's almost like a convertible top that goes back. then you have like this just gigantic opening up there that I thought was really cool. So I'm super excited that you guys are going to be seeing that. So you got that little teaser at the end. The next video is going to feature that. It's also going to feature the Harlequin Golf, which one of my favorite cars. And I know that's like stupid. It's just a Golf GL. It's like early 90s Golf GL. It drives like crap, everything, but it's just cool. I like the way they did the colors and everything. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. You can see that I'm a little more red now. I'm looking at the screen here, you know, I'm a little more red now. That's courtesy of the Triple F collection. I was down in Columbus for their meet. They called it The Event. And they were raising money for Make-A-Wish. And so they had this huge event. They had like hundreds of millions of dollars of cars there. They had, you know, their Holy Trinity. They had an Elva there, their Speedtail, their, their Bugattis, their Paganis. They had all of their multi-million dollar cars there, and they had some other cars that are just famous for like stupid reasons. Their S-Class that won a drag race in the snow, in the grass, against a Lamborghini Urus, a G-Wagon, what was the other one? They had a Range Rover or Land Rover or something there, I think. That they actually have that video on their YouTube. If you haven't seen it, shoot over the Triple F collection YouTube and watch that video. It's pretty crazy. They also had their Maybach there, and the Maybach is the one that bounces, and it squeaks. So when it bounces and it squeaks, there's like a song out there, and it squeaks to like the same beat as that song. So they had this like short video that they posted on Instagram with it bouncing and squeaking like that. I was dying laughing. That was so funny. So they even went, they stopped at the airport when Stradman came out. They picked up Stradman and they drove up with it bouncing like that. That is just, you know, if anybody is gonna play with, after meeting those guys, if anybody's gonna play with something like that, it's them. I mean, first of all, these guys drive their cars, which is incredible. They're not just stuck in a garage in a collection collecting dust. These guys actually drive them, which I think is, that's the most respectable thing in the world. Like, I absolutely have nothing but respect for those guys for that alone. But really not just for that. After meeting those guys, finding out how cool they are, that you go up and talk to them, and they're like old friends, you know? They'll BS with you for however long. They're just a great group of guys, great group of people. They really, a lot of times I guess you expect when you see somebody with a car like that, and it happens a lot. You know, I see people up here at the lake with their Lamborghinis and stuff, and they're just so stuck up, and they're, you know, they're rude and for no reason. You know, these guys, they're not at all. You know, they're the kind of guys that if you see them pulling up at a gas station, their Bugatti, and you want to go up and ask them about the car or talk to them, they'll talk to you. They'll tell you about the car. Absolutely, they're just that cool. So I think one of the other things they're doing is they're breaking stereotypes, and that's very important. Those are the kind of stereotypes that I would love to see crushed, because not all the people that have cars like that are like that, and the people that are like that need to know that there's no reason for that. I get that maybe they're approached a lot about their cars, but you know, one of the things you have to understand is when you have a car like that, people are going to approach you. You expect it. You know, I've been a DJ for over 20 years, and something that I've come to expect is that when I'm in the DJ booth, people are going to come up to the DJ booth and they're going to want to talk to me. For a lot of reasons. One, they want to hear certain music. They want to just talk to the DJ. They want to be, you know, the DJ is generally the center of attention in the entire club. You know, all eyes are on the DJ when you're at a club, and they want to be part of that center of attention a lot. So those are the things that I expect. I expect that to happen. And I'm not going to be rude to them. I'm not going to be mean to them unless you're MGK and you come up and annoy the hell out of me about playing your track that absolutely sucks almost 20 years ago, and you end up, I kick you out of my DJ booth. Yeah, it happened. I think he got kicked out of a lot of DJ booths back then. I'm not going to go into why. Anyway, so I think he's gotten better though. But I haven't seen him in a long time, but from what I understand, he's gotten better. So that's good for him. I'm glad he has. Also, there is one other thing to why I didn't play his music. It wasn't so much that it sucked. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of it, but it was also because I had a format that I was allowed to play at the club, and his music did not fit that format. So that was a format that is, and it's in every bar, every nightclub, that is a format that is determined by the owners. They're the ones that determine the format. If a song does not fit that format, as a DJ, you can't play it. So, yeah, that was actually the big reason that I didn't play this track, was because it didn't fit the format. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan. Maybe there would have been people in the club that were a fan of it. Based on the customers that we got, the people that we'd have in there, I doubt anybody would like it. But in the end, it didn't matter. I wasn't allowed to play it. So yeah, that was kind of how that went. So yeah, MGK. Sorry, bro. Wasn't anything I do about it. That was Traffic Nightclub, by the way. I actually edited this whole thing. Thought I'd better throw that in there. Gotta be fair. Anyway, yeah. So I think those are some things that you just got to expect. So that's one of those. I realize you buy a car like that because you want it. I realize you buy a car like that because it's something you enjoy. But at the same time, you know, just be nice. You know, it's like I say at the end of every one of my videos, be kind and stay positive, and just be kind. That's it. Just be nice to somebody. They just want to come up. They want to see your car. They want to ask you about it. Maybe they want to see, you know, what you do for a living. Why do they want to see what you do for a living? Because it helps to motivate them. That's why. It helps to motivate them, and it helps them to achieve those goals. You know, when you have that car, you just became somebody's motivation. You just became the person that somebody's going to look up to and say, hey, I want to be that guy, you know? So if you're walking around with an attitude problem, or you think you're better than somebody else, or like you're rude to them, you're not the person they want to be. You're just not. And that doesn't bode well for you. That's just horrible. So anyway, there's gonna come a time and I am going to build this channel, and there will come a time where I have cars like that. I'm dead set on that. That's my goal. Sorry guys, I'm like holding my camera, my arm's getting tired. That's my goal. I'm going to get to that point where I have cars like that. And no, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna be the guy that you come up to and I'm gonna be rude to. I'm not gonna do that. You come up and you ask me about the car, I'm gonna tell you about the car. I want to motivate you to be in the same position. And I think that's what we should all be doing. You know, we're all in this world together. No one gets out alive. Just be nice to each other. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. And don't forget, hit the bell icon so you get notifications when I have other videos out. And, you know, like I always say, donate to your local animal shelters. Stay positive. Be kind. Peace. You make